Welcome back to our channel. This was how we left our game controller. We've now got the overall shape. And in this video we are going to add some more details and then we are going to shell out the body. We'll start by adding the areas where the buttons will be. So start get on the top plane, go normal to, get the circle tool, and throw a circle about here. They should be lined up horizontally with the origin. Let's set the diameter as 50mm, and then let's make it 75mm to the left of the origin. If you've changed the spacing of your model, then you might have to adjust this 75, but just make it somewhere where your thumbs can comfortably reach. That should fully define it, and we want one of these on each side. So we can add a vertical center line at the origin, and then we can just press Ctrl A to select everything. So we've selected the circle and the center line, and then we can press mirror. So now we have one circle on each side. And if you find that your other circle isn't fully defined like this, it might just be your center line doesn't have a vertical relation there. We can then extrude these upwards. Let's just do a blind extrude, and then we want them to just stick up above the rest of the body. So I found for me 24mm works pretty well there. And then I just rename those features as button circles. Next up we made some similar circles for where the joysticks are going to be. So we started a sketch on the top plane, we went normal to, and we drew another circle. This one's a little bit smaller, so it's 40mm diameter. It's going to be 40mm to the left of the origin and 35mm below it. And as usual, you can adjust these spacings to whatever you want. And then we also want to mirror this one over, so let's draw another vertical center line. Let's select the circle and center line, and then just press mirror to copy over to the other side. Then we can extrude this one as well. So firstly, let's go up. Let's go the same distance. So let's go 24 up. But we also want to go downwards as well. So I'm going to turn on direction 2 by putting a tag in that box, and we want to go almost up to the back. So I'm going to do offset from surface. I'm going to choose that back face. I'm going to make the offset 1mm, and I'm going to make sure that the offset is just above the back. So it shouldn't be sticking out the back like this. It should be just above the back, and then press OK. And we can rename those as something like joystick circle. And now we can see the shape is coming out quite nicely, and we can add some fillets to start to smooth everything off. So get the fillet tool. Firstly, I added 1mm around the bottom edges of these two button circles. If any of these don't quite work for you, then try just adjusting the size. As you add this, you might go all the way around automatically like this, but you might also need to select the different segments of the circle there. It really depends exactly on your loved shape. Then around it off the top of the circles with a 4mm fillet, so one on each side. You can either select the edge, or you can just select that entire upper face. Then onto the joysticks, I added a 2mm fillet around those bottom circular edges, so one on each side. And then for the top, instead of a fillet, I used a chamfer, just to switch things up a bit visually. So this was an angle distance chamfer. It was 1mm, 45 degrees, and it went around the top edges of those joystick circles. And then finally, to finish off, we just went around where those joystick circles joined the main body. So I tried a 3mm fillet. I selected those edges, but I couldn't actually add that 3mm fillet. It's too large for the geometry there. So I tried 2mm, and that works alright. So I tried going up to 2.5. And that one works okay as well. So I added 2.5 around those two joystick circles. So you should have something sort of like this, and we can save at this stage. So we've got the overall shape. As I say, we can play around with this to suit our own preferences. But when we are happy, we are going to use the shell feature to hollow this out. So go to features, choose shell, and then for the wall thickness, let's set 2mm. Don't select any faces to remove, and let's press OK and see if the shell works. So it's a fairly complex shape, it might take a moment to shell. And you see there, mine worked correctly. And if I go to a cross-section view, we have completely hollowed out that part, and we've got a 2mm wall thickness. Now if your cell doesn't work properly, then there might be a few things wrong. The main issue with cells is usually that one of the curves or one of the faces in your model is basically too tight for the shell feature to be made. So for example, if I go all the way back to that fillet on the end, and I edit it and I change it from 12mm up to 20, and then I press OK and rebuild. It might take a second to update because it's quite complex shape. But now the shell feature has failed, and if we click on that shell feature and edit it, we can see exactly where the problems are. So it says the shell operation has failed to complete, and then there's a number of different reasons that could have caused this. But the main thing to really look at all these failing phases in the preview, so these yellow areas are potentially causing problems. So in this case, it's that fillet that we adjusted on the end of the hand grips. The shell feature is having a problem with the small faces. So in this case, there's a few things you can try. Firstly, you can reduce the wall thickness. Often if you shell with a thinner wall, you can shell a more complex shape. If we want that wall thickness for a reason, then this isn't really ideal. So we need to go back and we need to find the root cause of this problem. In this case, we need to go back and we need to adjust that filleted face to make it smoother. So in this case, we can exit the tool and then we can adjust that fillet. So instead of those smaller faces, just got one single face that goes around. So I'm gonna change that back down to 12. And then when I rebuild, we should see that the shell works properly. So if you have problems with your shell features, just in general, then try maybe adjusting the fillets in your model or try reducing the wall thickness, if that's an option for you. So now we've got a pretty good shape and it's shelled out. The final thing that we are going to do in this video is add some standoffs inside the part. This will help screw the part together once we split into two halves. So I'm going to start a sketch on the top plane. I'm going to go normal too, and I'm going to draw a circle roughly around here. I'm going to make this 22mm in diameter. And I'm going to set it in the middle of the hand grips. So it's going to be 100 from the origin. For me, this might be different if you've adjusted the size of your overall controller. And for me, it's going to be 35 below the origin. And then we can add a center line. And we can mirror this over to the other side. So now we're going to use these circles to create two standoffs inside the part. So first, let's extrude these two circles. Go to Features, Extruded Bow Space, and because of the position of the plane, we need to actually offset the start point. Otherwise, the extrude is going to be outside the main body. So I'm going to go to front, offset. I'm going to offset 10mm, and I'm just going to flip the direction if you need to. So we are starting the extrude from inside the body. Next, I'm going to flip the direction of the extrude. And because of the shape of the controller, I'm going to change the drop down to up to next. So this will extrude up to the next thing, which will be the inside face of the controller. And if you look at the bottom of the extrude preview now, you can see it's slightly rounded. So it will be following the inside curve of the main controller. Then we also just want to do the same in the other direction. So let's press direction 2. Let's also go up to next, and you should see the top of that preview as well. Also it's following that curve. So if I press OK and we go to a quick cross section, you can see what's happening. Let's rename this as something like screw standoffs. So if we look at that feature again, when we go up to next, we look at the bottom, we are following the inside face of the controller, and we look at the top, following the inside top face of the controller. And then you can press OK. And then you can close the cross-section view and save your part. To recap in this video, we start to add extra details. We started off with those button circles. They were just two circles that were extruded up above the main body. Then we added the joystick circles. These were extruded up and also down. And then we added a lot of fillets and chamfers to smooth everything off. Next, we hollowed out the model using the shell feature. And if you do have any problems with the shell, then try either adjusting the wall thickness, if that's an option, or try adjusting the failing faces. So these are usually things like filleted faces that have got a curve that's either too large or too small for the shell that you want. So just try adjusting those fillet sizes if you have a problem. And then finally, we just started those screw standoffs just by extruding two circles, and we went up to next in both direction. So we went up to the inside faces of the controller. In the next video, we'll be splitting these parts into two and putting those into an assembly. Thank you for watching, please subscribe if you like, hope it can be useful.